78% of people who asked for a raise in 2026 got one. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Most people who deserve a raise never ask. And the ones who do ask, they're using the wrong words at the wrong time, which is why they get rejected. I'm going to give you the exact 7-word phrase that got me a 23% raise. Not 10%, not 15, 23%. And I'm going to show you the complete script you can copy word for word. But first, you need to understand something critical. This isn't about begging. It's not about explaining why you need more money. And it's definitely not about threatening to quit. Those strategies fail 90% of the time. This is about making it easier for your boss to say yes than to say no. It's about removing every objection before they can even think of it. And it starts weeks before you ever walk into that office. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need. The preparation checklist, the perfect timing, the exact words, the objection handlers, and a backup plan if they say no. Let's get you paid what you're worth. 63% of workers in 2026 say they're underpaid, but only 28% will actually ask for more money this year. That's a massive gap. Here's what most people get wrong. They think asking for a raise is a 5-minute conversation. It's not. The real work happens in the 3 weeks before you ask. This is where you build your case. Week 1, document everything. And I mean everything. Every project you completed, every problem you solved, every time you went above and beyond. Create a spreadsheet. Get specific with numbers and dates. Here's a pro tip. Focus on value you created, not tasks you completed. Your boss doesn't care that you sent 100 emails. They care that you landed 3 new clients worth $50,000. Week 2, research what you should be making. Use Glassdoor, PayScale, LinkedIn Salary Insights. Get data for your exact role, your experience level, and your city. Knowledge is power here. I found out I was making 18% below market rate. That number became ammunition, not in an aggressive way, but as proof that my request was reasonable and backed by data. Week 3, start dropping hints. Casually mention projects you're proud of in meetings. Forward emails where clients praise your work. Make your wins visible without being obnoxious about it. This primes your boss. When you finally ask for the raise, it won't come out of nowhere. They'll already have recent examples of your value fresh in their mind. Psychology matters. Now let's talk about something that kills more raise requests than anything else. Bad timing. You could have the perfect script and still get rejected if you ask at the wrong moment. Never ask right after your company announced layoffs or budget cuts. Never ask when your boss is obviously stressed or overwhelmed. And never ask during your performance review unless they bring it up first. The best time? Right after you've completed a major project successfully. Right after you've solved a big problem. Or right after the company announced strong financial results. Ride that positive momentum. Also consider the calendar. Many companies set budgets in November and December for the next year. If you ask in October, you might get included in next year's budget. Ask in January, you might be waiting 12 months. Here's another timing secret. Ask for the meeting separately from having the conversation. Don't ambush your boss. Send an email requesting 30 minutes to discuss your compensation and career growth. Give them time to prepare. This does 2 things. It shows respect for their time, and it gives them a heads up so they can pull your file, check the budget, and come to the meeting ready to have a real conversation. Okay, let's get to the script. Remember how I said there are 7 magic words? Here they are, based on my research and contributions. That's it. Those 7 words change everything. But you can't just say those 7 words in isolation. You need the complete framework. Here's how the full conversation flows. And yes, you can literally copy this word for word. Start with appreciation. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I really enjoy working here and being part of this team. This immediately sets a positive, collaborative tone. You're not adversarial. You're appreciative. Then state your purpose clearly. I wanted to discuss my compensation. Based on my research and contributions, I'd like to request a raise to $75,000. There it is. Direct, confident, backed by the magic 7 words. Notice I gave a specific number, not a range, not around 75, exactly 75,000. Specific numbers feel researched and justified. Vague numbers feel like you're guessing. Now here's the critical part. Immediately back it up with your value. Over the past year, I've completed 12 major projects, increased client retention by 19%, and brought in 3 new accounts worth $50,000. See how those numbers work. They're specific, they're impressive, and they're all things you documented during week 1 of your preparation. This is why preparation matters. Then add your research. My research shows that similar roles in our market are compensating between $72,000 and $82,000. My request falls right in the middle of that range. This is powerful because you're not making an emotional argument. You're not saying I need this because rent went up. You're showing that your request is fair, reasonable, and aligned with market reality. Finally, show future value. I'm excited about the upcoming product launch and believe I can contribute even more in the coming year. This tells them you're not asking for past work. You're investing in future performance. Then stop talking. This is crucial. Don't fill the silence with rambling or justifications. You made your case. Let them process. Let them respond. Silence is your friend here. Now let's talk about what happens next. Because your boss probably won't say yes immediately. They'll have questions or objections. Here's how to handle the most common ones. Objection 1. We don't have in the budget right now. Your response. I understand budget constraints. Could we schedule a review for when the next budget cycle begins? Or could we discuss other forms of compensation in the meantime? This shows flexibility while keeping the conversation moving forward. You're not accepting no. You're finding alternative paths to yes. Objection 2. That's higher than what others in your role make. Your response. I appreciate that context. Could we discuss what additional responsibilities or achievements would justify that compensation? I'm happy to take on more. Now you've turned an objection into a promotion conversation. You're showing initiative and ambition, and you're giving them a clear path to justify the higher salary. Objection 3. We just gave you a raise 6 months ago. Your response. I'm grateful for that increase. Since then, I've taken on the Johnson account and implemented the new system that saved us 20 hours per week. I believe my contributions justify another discussion. See the pattern? You acknowledge their point. Then you counter with specific evidence. You never get defensive. You never argue. You just present facts calmly and confidently. Here's something important. If they say they need to think about it, get a specific timeline. Could we schedule a follow-up meeting next week to discuss this further? Don't let it disappear into the void. Okay, let's talk about the scenario nobody wants. What if they just say no? A flat, definitive no. This is not the end. It's actually valuable information. Your next question is critical. I appreciate you being direct with me. Can you help me understand what would need to change for this conversation to go differently in 6 months? This does 2 things. It gives you a roadmap. Now you know exactly what they need to see. And it plants a seed that you'll be asking again in 6 months. You're not going away quietly. You're planning your next move. But here's the truth. Sometimes no means this company can't or won't pay you what you're worth. And that's okay. It's information. You might need to start looking at other opportunities where your value is recognized. In fact, data from 2026 shows that people who switch jobs get an average salary increase of 14%, while people who stay at the same company average 3% annual raises. Sometimes leaving is the raise. Just don't use another offer as a threat. If you get an offer elsewhere and genuinely want to stay, you can present it professionally. But be prepared to leave if they don't match it. Never bluff. All right, let's recap everything. Prepare for 3 weeks. Document your wins. Research your market value. Make your wins visible. Choose your timing carefully. Ask for the meeting in advance. Use the 7-word framework. Based on my research and contributions, give a specific number. Back it up with data and achievements. Show future value. And stop talking and let them respond. If you found this valuable, do me a favor. Hit that like button right now and subscribe to Operation Wealthy. We're building a community of people who refuse to accept being underpaid. Let's build wealth together. Remember, asking for a raise isn't about luck or timing or having the perfect boss. It's about preparation, confidence, and using the right words in the right way. You've got this. Now go get paid what you're worth.